That decision is made at the highest level. The fucking President of the United States knows that that shit is going on. He knows that we are doing that we're covering for those guys in that country.
Here's another one. This one's pretty good. Hold on, Grandpa.
Because I have addictions,
Watch your hip.
so I got to buy guns. They're all legal ATF, okay? Even the one in the brown paper for that sack. I have to buy guns, so in order for me to do that, I have to work. I could theoretically live in a really small trailer in some trailer park somewhere in Florida and not have to work.
And have all the guns.
Well, yeah, maybe. But I choose to have a different lifestyle. I choose to have a little bit more comfortable lifestyle. I choose to live a little bit more lavishly than my pension from the military would offer. So I work. You're not going to catch me complaining about working, except my fucking back. My back. I hurt my back this weekend. John's still dragging me to the gym, making me fucking
Not working. Hurt his back.
Fucking terrible.
Not working. I'm always like, why are you doing that? Why don't you have them 5 motherfuckers in there, half your age, that aren't doing fucking shit right now? I tell him the same shit. I'm like, you are crane operators. You do not fucking run the shovel. You fucking direct the fucking shovels. We have tractors here.
It would be all right if it was that simple. It's usually not that simple because no matter how you break the instruction down here, we have certain people and individuals working here that will take that instruction and do something completely different. So it's even, and he says this like, oh, you guys shouldn't be doing that. But even he does it. If he's got Tyler in front of him, he's like, Tyler, I need you to take the dirt out of that hole, and then I'm going to fill it full of water. 10 minutes later, I'm going to go up there. John's going to have the shovel. He's going to be digging that hole because he'll be like,
covered in duck shit, head to toe.
I don't know where Tyler's at.
And I don't
Tyler's
know where the fuck Tyler is.
Tyler's disappeared.
He was getting zip tied.
Sometimes it's not only faster, but more efficient if you just do it yourself. And literally, we have 270 and 300-pound railroad ties. I built an entire fence
around acres.
Around railroad ties, using these heavy-ass railroad ties. I picked them all up. I put them all on top. I messed my back up with one little shovel. Just a little shovel full of gravel going like this. That's how you know you're getting old. But anyways, you got another one. Oh, what do we got? Who's this? 17. See, this is another one. Look. I get that. I get maybe it was an internet thing. When we started the internet, when the internet started.
Black Hammer.
Yeah, it was cool to have like a, because they didn't really care. So nobody ever cared. So it was cool to be like, I'm California avocado man. It was cool to do that stuff because the internet, we really didn't know where the internet goes. But now the internet is the way we communicate with each other. It's the way everybody communicates. It's through the internet. Whether you're sending text messages or you're actually still using your Dwayne Dwyer Yahoo account.
Which is the cool thing about the internet, because there is no longer a gatekeeper. When Andy Frisella, when you see a post from that account, that's him posting. When you see a post from Gary V's account, that's fucking Gary V posting. Like when I go on there and say some shit and I get a fucking reply, that was one of those two dudes. When I send them a PM and they fucking reply back, I'm talking to them. So we know who we're fucking, not fucking California avocado man.
So you know when you make a post, when you are going to correct somebody's behavior, you're going to be like, "Hey Skully, you cuss too much when you do these videos." I get too much of my naval roots in me, and so I tend to start cussing when I'm doing this, which is, I probably shouldn't, but if you're like, hey Skully, you need to stop cussing.
You know what? Fuck them.
It'll be a lot better. It'll be a lot better if you go. It'll be a lot better if that email comes from Sergeant Major Booker. Oh, I'm sorry, Sergeant Major Booker. I will attempt to not cuss anymore. Instead of 1735 Mike 5. The reality is 1735 Mike 5, you don't mean anything. You don't, because
This is not about
yeah, it's not about you though, Mike. I mean, I'm just saying, because you probably, I'm going to guess, you set that email up like 20 years ago. You just haven't taken the time to change it to your real name because that's what normal people do nowadays. But if you're complaining about something or attempting to correct something and you're not willing to put your name on it, you're not willing to go, boom, my name is on this. Then it doesn't, even if, and I'm going to tell you, even if you were 1,000% correct, if you were 1,000% correct, that California avocado man is the greatest thing since sliced bread. If you were 100% correct, I am going to take it and throw it in the trash because you did not bother to put your name on it. So it means that you probably don't even believe it. So, update your email names. Use your real name. You don't need to hide behind, Black Hammer or whatever it is you're doing. If you're on video games, go ahead, be the Black Hammer. But let's read this one. I find it funny that we go to Vietnam. Biggest grower of opium, heroin. Opium and heroin. War is going on. Everyone comes home hooked, drugs, epidemic. The government gets 99% of the population hooked on what? Opioids. That's what. Then we go to Afghanistan. Biggest producer at the time, heroin again. Is this a strange coincidence? Well, the government cut most. This is hard to read.
Cut it down.
Yeah, well, the government cut most of it down. If we leave millions and millions of Americans without what? Heroin. Guess what happens? America is flooded with heroin. Just saying. Then we are in a heroin epidemic. I find it very coincidental. Yeah, that's a lot of. I mean, it's all about money, right? Everything's about money.
He's right.
I mean, yeah, he's right to a certain extent in the sense that the U.S. government didn't send troops over into Vietnam to put heroin in their veins. I don't care what you think. If you were shooting heroin in Vietnam, you made that choice. You were the guy that made that choice. If you feel like you have to have a drink every night, you made that choice. If you have to snort cocaine off this table, you're making that choice. Okay, you made that choice. If you came home from Vietnam and you had an addiction problem, when you came home, you made that choice. That was your choice. There was also thousands and thousands of troops that went over to Vietnam and came back and did not do any drugs. Thousands of them.
I don't think that's what he's saying.
I know, but I'm just saying, when you talk about an addiction, you're actually making those choices. Does the government protect those opium fields? You're goddamn right the government protects it. Because it's money. It's fucking money. It's all money. There is a pretty interesting. You can probably look this up. I want to say ABC did it. I might be 100% wrong, but one of the I don't want to say mainstream news media outlets, but it was ABC or NBC. One of those agencies. It wasn't Fox or MSNBC. They did an interview in Afghanistan because they're growing opium in Afghanistan. So they're out there. And there's opium growing, and they're doing the interview with the commanding general in charge of all forces in Afghanistan. And he's like, yeah, we're just, the commanding general's like, hey, we're just letting this go until we figure out what else they can grow here that will give them money, right? Because the reality is, where all this stuff starts, whether it's in Mexico or whether it's in Afghanistan. The guy who's out there growing opium, he's fucking making 2 cents on the dollar. He's going to get rid of his whole load, and it'll be just enough. It'll be just enough to make sure that his family doesn't freeze to death in winter. It'll be just enough to make sure that, and I'm talking about the actual people who are doing the work. I'm not talking about the people who are running it. He'll make just enough to get his family through winter and feed them and clothe them and all that stuff. I mean, they still live in dirt houses over there. But they're doing the interview, and he's like, yeah, we're just, we're going to turn it into corn or something. We just haven't got the corn. The crop had, I want to say it was 5 months. Like, it could be harvested in 5 months, and the army was like, we're not going to allow the harvesting of these drugs because we know where they're going. So in a rare case of a news agency, actually following up on a news report they've done instead of just jumping around to a news story. These guys went back when this stuff was supposed to be harvested, when the Army said it was supposed to be harvested. And this time, they didn't get to talk to the general. They only got to talk to a colonel. And they asked the colonel, they get there and they're like, we want to see the opium fields that you guys were supposed to destroy, blah, blah, blah. And they get there and it's all gone. It's all been harvested. And they ask him, how did this happen? How did this get harvested? And the answer was, it came in early. The crop came in early. Because the crop came in early, we weren't here to prevent its harvest. We weren't here to prevent it from being harvested. When the reality is, they weren't going to prevent it anyways. Because it's the unfortunate thing of war that, you know, my enemy's friend is my enemy, or whatever the term is. I fucked it up. What is it? My friend's enemy is blah 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 blah. Anyways. But it's an unfortunate portion of war that you've got sometimes.
It's actually the enemy of my
enemy is my friend. Yeah, it's the unfortunate thing of war that you have to sometimes you have to turn a blind eye to what your allies are doing in order to get the war to end. And one of those things is the manufacture of poppy and marijuana. They grow a lot of marijuana there, the Kush Valley. Hello, they grow a lot of marijuana over there too. I have plenty of my Marines who sent me pictures standing in the middle of a marijuana field with plants 3 feet over the top of their head. They grow a lot of marijuana there. The reality is not a lot of that opium. I mean, I'm sure some of it makes it here, but most of all that opium that's being grown in Afghanistan is going into Europe and getting used in Europe. Same thing with the marijuana. It's just easier to get it to Europe than it is to get to the United States. So we are allowing them to cultivate those drugs. I mean, what are you going to do? It's just another example of how, when you talk about the war on drugs, how it is a complete failure. You know, at one point, we're down here on the border and we're busting some kid that's just trying to make a couple of bucks to feed his family, a Mexican mule who's bringing, you know, I think they're 80-pound bales they carry on their backs. We're busting that kid, and yet we're allowing a drug lord to move millions of tons of heroin out of Afghanistan. We're allowing it. Remember, nothing comes in or out of that country that we don't either bomb or say it's okay. They're allowing that stuff to leave the country and go into Europe. So that's your government, and that's not some general, or that's not some colonel out there going, yeah, we're just going to let this happen. That decision is made at the highest level. The fucking President of the United States knows that shit is going on. He knows that we are doing that we're covering for those guys in that country. It's no different than like you said down here with the opioid addiction. We have known that this was the problem for fucking years, and yet we continued to allow it to happen. The interesting part about the opioid addiction is the company that is responsible for the opioid addiction is also the company that the government gave the contract to provide a source of a medication that should stop the addiction to opioids. So we're not only did we pay them billions and billions of dollars to fuck everybody up. Sorry, Major Booker. But we're also going to pay them billions and billions of dollars to get everybody clean.
Hooked on another drug.
But yeah, probably it'll be something else because methadone ain't clean. There's people that die from methadone overdose all the time. Yeah, apparently Prince died from methadone. So methadone ain't clean.
And somebody's getting paid.
Yeah,
they're letting that shit into Europe. Trace that fucking money back. Somebody is getting fucking paid.
Yeah, everybody's getting paid.
Fucking happening. How do you think Nancy Pelosi has all that fucking money? How do you think any of them have all that fucking money? It's all the lobbyists. It's all the donations. So
when people are being hard on you about, what you're doing, and we're not doing anything. We're not, and it's not an excuse. We're not doing anything that everybody sitting in Congress is not doing.
It's just illegal for you to do it.
It's illegal for
all
us
your
to do
elite people with all the fucking money, they did that, and then made it illegal for you to do what they do. That's how they remained that way. They passed laws, they passed bills. Look at the fucking Kennedys, prohibition. That money came from illegal gains. It's just illegal for us to do the same thing they were doing. They did it. They fucking got caught doing it. They said they fucking did it. Did they ever take any of that fucking money away? Of course they didn't.
Nope.
So there's that last name.
Anyways, say no to drugs. Stop making bad decisions.
You're talking to dudes, no matter what, like us, fucking like what we're saying, disagree with it, agree with it, whatever it is. I've never smoked weed. I've never fucking tried any fucking drugs like that. Cocaine, fucking none of that. Never tried. You know, same thing, right?
Honestly, I had knee surgery, and I don't even like to take the pain pills. And it's not, I just don't, it's like.
It slows you down.
I don't even like to take the pain pills. So, you know, it's just a choice. Really, it's all just a choice. And if you want to go out in the shed and smoke 10 bowls of sweet Afghanistan Kush, go ahead. I don't care. I don't care that you're in there doing that.
We don't care until I'm paying you and it affects your performance.
Or until it starts affecting other people's lives. And the reality is, that's where the problem is with drugs. Is drugs ruin people's lives. You can pretend all you want, but like if you smoke marijuana all the time, think about it. I'll bet your whole life revolves around that marijuana. Everything you do revolves around the next time you're going to get high or the next time you're going to do whatever. And while it's a statistic, and all statistics can be proven one way or the other, it's 100%. It's 100% fact that everybody starts with marijuana. So, I mean, I like I said, I don't care. You can do whatever the fuck you want. But once it starts involving ruining people's lives or financially burdening other people, then you are a problem. Then that drug is a problem. Period.
Hold on, and on that, for all you guys that know weed is not a gateway drug, I don't know that I necessarily believe that, but there is Sean Whalen had a dude on his, is it Court McGee? Court McGee on a podcast talking about his wild journey. Court McGee, Sean Whalen, 44, on the Revolution podcast. You guys should listen to that. That is a dude who was a fucking UFC champion, talks about his 13 years, I believe, of addiction. And it came from his actual gateway drug was beer. It was beer. And then they called it drunk pills. They had some pills they took that made them feel drunk. And that it just unraveled from there. And he's like, literally, I was drinking a beer, I took a couple pills, I'm a fucking heroin addict. Like, died multiple times, fucking, like, revived. Like, crazy, crazy fucking story. You should listen to it. It's amazing. I listened to it 3 times. I don't even have a fucking interest in it. None whatsoever. I almost fucking passed by it. I'm like, I don't have any fucking interest. I listened to it. I ended up listening to it 3 times in a row that day while we were doing all that paving out there. When we were doing all the gravel and shit. When I was out there fucking watering the fucking rocks and moving shit with shovels and shit. Listen to that story. It's an amazing story.
And like, I might sound a little harsh or whatever, but like I said before, this is just, at this point, we're just spitballing. And my thing is, there has to be real solutions no matter what you're going to do. There has to be real solutions. And if you're just going to argue that marijuana cures cancer, well, that's not a real solution. I get it. You want to smoke pot, whatever.
I believe there's truth to that.
I don't believe it. There's truth in that, because then there wouldn't be millionaires dying of cancer. They'd be smoking pot all day. I get it. You want to smoke pot, that's fine. But how we legalize it, how we tax it, and how we get people away from the hard stuff, that all has to be calculated in. You can't just go, whee, the state of California now, it's all legal, marijuana is legal. I mean, you can, and they're going to, and I want you to think about this. The only reason why marijuana is legal in California, the only reason why marijuana is legal in Colorado, It has nothing to do with benefits, right? So all you people that list all these benefits, this is why marijuana is great. All you people that list all those benefits, it was not legalized for any of those benefits. The only reason why it was legalized is because those criminals that run those states saw revenue that they could take because it's heavily taxed. That's all. That's the only reason why they legalized it, is because they figured out a way to line their pockets. They're no different than Pablo Escobar. They're just lining their pockets. There's no programs or anything to get people off of hard drugs. I mean, go to San Francisco and see all the needles in the street.
Look up the BART. Look up BART, Bay Area Rapid Transit System. look up the public library in downtown Los Angeles. It is a no man's land. It literally looks like Escape from New York. There's people in there passed out. There's human shit everywhere. They have literally just given that building up. Like, don't fucking take what we're saying. Like, just look at it. Google that shit. Look at it on YouTube. There's fucking hundreds of videos of that.
And I don't
check it out for yourself.
And then once again, I say this: I don't have a problem if you smoke pot. Like because there are also, when we talk statistics, there are also millions and millions of people who have smoked pot and never transitioned to anything else. So they just smoke pot. They have some weed every now and then that's it. There's millions of those people that have not transitioned to something harder. But the reality is, when you're sitting in your house and you're smoking that weed, there's consequences. There's consequences to it, and the consequences is the people surrounding you. Like I said, you have to get out of your bubble, and you have to look at society as a whole. Right now, we're trying to pretend like everybody's an individual, but everything we do in life affects other people. You may not even know it. You're affecting somebody in some way that you don't even know. Somebody told me some shit a couple years ago about somebody in high school. And they said, I can't believe that guy likes you. You were so mean to him. And I guess I'm mean to everybody, but you were so mean to him. And in my head, I was like, I don't ever remember that being the case. The individual, we have been friends all through high school. Even now, he still, every now and then, he'll send me a little text. I'll send him a text back. I don't ever remember being mean to him in the sense, but there was a person that was walking around that had nothing to do with either one of us that believed that I was like physically mean to this kid, like I used to beat this kid up. This person believes that. The two people that they're talking about have no recollection of it, but this person believes that. So somehow I affected that person in an adverse way for whatever reason. They might have saw me. I don't ever remember actually beating him. But anyways, that was high school. But you know, you affect people that you don't even know that you're affecting, and that's the problem. And that is kind of the problem with drugs. I know they all get lumped into one big thing because marijuana is not that. There's no reason marijuana is a class 1 drug, but you should think about that when you're you're smoking your weed. There's somebody that you're sitting with. There's probably somebody that you're sitting with, or somebody that you smoke with, or the person you buy your weed from, that their family has been ruined because of drugs.
If there's nothing negative to the weed,
yeah, if there's nothing negative to it,
there's nothing negative to it. Would you let your 4-year-old kid go drive around with somebody who was just smoking a bunch of weed? Probably not. Like, even if you really believe that, you're probably, because it's going to retard something. It's going to slow something down, reaction time, whatever it is. I know you can't be a fucking wonderful artist without it. I believe there's probably some truth to that as well.
Yeah, probably.
Would you want your 4-year-old fucking kid driving around with a dude who just fucking smoked a bunch of fucking weed? I wouldn't. With that, let's pay the bills now. Let's sell some shit. You guys watch these videos. If you like these videos, please fucking comment on these videos. Tell us that you're watching them. You know what we don't see? We don't see a ton of comments when we do these videos. You know what I do see? I get fucking dozens and dozens of emails every week when we stop making these videos. So if you appreciate them, tell Gabby fucking she's doing an awesome job with the videos. Tell us what you want to fucking talk about. Give us some material to fucking talk about. In the hopes, we don't want you all to go buy something every time you watch our video. What we want you to do is share our video, because enough people are going to watch these videos. When I started listening to the EMF CEO, which is Andy Frisella, the motherfucking CEO podcast, you guys should check it out. I didn't know what he did. I had no idea. I just knew that I was fucking bettering my life every time I listened to it. I would implement something. I'd get a little more done. I'd have a different attitude, different mindset. I'd look at things differently. I wanted to give him money somehow. I wanted to do business. Turns out he owns a company called First Form Nutrition. I have some First Form Nutrition here. I would never have any of his product in my building. I sell other nutrition products. I would never have any of this had I not listened to his video. And that's what I'm asking you guys. Share our videos. If you like, if you hear anything that you agree with, if you think we're fucking assholes, whatever it is, share our videos. And if anybody watching this video new gains something from it, just keep us in mind when you need some nylon shit. That's what we do. We sell gun gear and truck gear and holsters and backpacks. Well, not so much holsters anymore. I'm still saying that 30 years later. Backpacks, bags, computer cases, wallets, visor covers, belts. Buy something from us. Or when you hear somebody of your like mind that's into the same type of stuff, just tell them about us. That's all we ask. Just in the hopes, eventually, we will have some of your money. You will become a customer or a client somehow down the road. This is Dumpbox's shirt. Mark's fucking awesome. If you don't buy something from us, check him out. He's got some fucking neat shit. Even if you don't buy anything.
Dumpbox got a peanut butter stain. I need.
Christmas is coming. We have a fucking ton of shirts. We try to do a new t-shirt design every single week. Sometimes that doesn't happen. But we have a lot of t-shirt designs. And we have stuff that literally is anywhere from $25 to, I don't know, we need $1,000 thing. We don't have a $1,000 thing. We have $500 things. A lot of them. Yeah, we have a lot of NSW chest shirts, fucking $650 depending on the one you buy.
Oh, okay.
Just check us out. That's it. Just share our shit. Fucking take our video, put it on your Facebook, take it, put it on your Instagram, put it fucking somewhere. That's all. That's it. That's all. Thanks. Thanks for watching us.
Chef.
Talk to us. We're really mean to Chef, apparently.
Chef.
We don't ever tip Chef.
Never wear your spurs in the waterbed.
That's your tip.
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 10 pounds of flour makes a mean biscuit.
10 pounds of flour makes a mean
Another one. I got another one.
The microwave will not dry your cat.
Don't dry your cat in the microwave.
Tip.
Tip. Tip.
Pro tip.
Just the tip.
Those are pro tips just for you.
Look at your woman right now because you're watching. I know because secretly she wants to hear us. That's what a lot of it is. She's making you watch. Just look at her and go, is it ever just the tip? See what she says. She might tell you that. She's taking more than the tip somewhere. So I just from Justin will be here tomorrow.
Yes.
So we have a video. While you're watching this video, there's another video of Justin and I at the gym. Should be up soon. And then Justin will be here tomorrow. So that's all in motion. I see a lot of you guys asking about where's Justin. Is Justin around? Justin's been here every Wednesday for the last 3 Wednesdays. He'll be here tomorrow as well. Jeff is at the gym with us every morning at fucking 6 o'clock. We've been at the gym.
Supervising, of course.
Yeah, he's doing some stuff too.
Making sure that the gains are positive. Yep. John likes to slack in the gym, so I got to be there to get the fire going.
Sometimes you got to get in there all the way. Up to your elbow.
Yeah, all the way.
You got to clap. 2 hands. Tight, isn't it? That's from, part of that is from Night at the Roxbury? Is it Night at the Roxbury? Ladies, what is it?
I don't know.
It's probably the ladies' man.
Where they broke the
window? Not at the Roxbury.
No, the aquarium. Broke the aquarium.
Jiggle.
Oh, yeah.
Deuce Bigelow.
Deuce
Deuce
Bigelow.
Bigelow.
That's a good one.
Really beat me over on it. All the way up to my elbow. The gay aquarium guy. I think I'm going to drink my water today with no lid. I can't bring myself to do it. I would end up with it dumped over. You know why I have this lid on here?
So it doesn't.
Because I can do this and very little water escapes. Plus, I don't ever use the Starbucks straw. The Starbucks straw, see? Fucking dyslexia. I use a McDonald's straw because it is a bigger bore. I consume a lot more water having that big straw.
It's a Burger King straw.
That is not a Burger King straw.
McDonald's all the way, bro.
Because I have a case of 10,000 McDonald's straws. I don't know where they came from.
McDonald's.
I didn't get them from
Who was a sponsor in the old days?
Sponsor.
Who's the old day sponsor?
We had a Starbucks sponsor early on. Remember, we used to get all the. I had a fucking stack of Starbucks coupons. Fucking stack of them.
You still have more Starbucks coffee than anybody could consume on the planet.
I have more Starbucks
Yeah, it's all
coffee.
the
I have
back
more
to
Starbucks coffee in the building than Starbucks has at any given Starbucks.
I guarantee you.
I guarantee it.
I paid for all of it.
Like
And it's all-
60-pound.
It's all special coffee too.
Paid for every bit of it. Bought it all. I don't even fucking drink Starbucks coffee anymore. I'm only going to mold-free coffee. Look it up.
How do you certify mold-free coffee? God, I want
Laboratory.
that. I bet,
Spectrometer.
I bet that guy makes.
Laboratory, man, and they're actually apparently it affects people differently. But if you have an allergic reaction to it, but when they and this is any of that, you need iodine, and I listen to the things that would qualify you for needing iodine. Or your problem is you're drinking molded coffee. I'm like, man, fucking, I have every one of those symptoms. I'm tired in the morning. Fucking middle of the day, I get tired. I use more stimulant. Like, I could fit one of a billion things. Like, if you self-diagnose yourself on YouTube, you might have a third testicle and it's fucking wrapped around your neck and you choke on it. Oh, fuck, yeah, that happens to me. That's I feel just like that. That must be what's wrong.
I have cervical cancer.
I have cervical cancer. Fuck, I'm dying. Cancer, cervical. My uterus fell out. Like, I don't know what it is, but I always want that little extra. I always want to feel better. So if it's fucking mold-free coffee, fuck it. I'll pay a little extra and we'll try some mold-free coffee for a couple months and see what happens.
I'm just wondering if that's a real thing, though.
Here's what a lot of you guys are fucking yourselves up, though. You're doing this shit called dirty keto, me included. I'm guilty of the same thing. Amanda, 100% keto, drinking buttered coffee, all this shit, right? So what do? We're like, well, we'll try it, but we're not going to commit all the way, so I'm just going to still eat ice cream at night. What you're doing, though, when you're doing that buttered coffee, or you're doing any of that fucking high-fat shit, if you were still taking in carbs, you were fucking making yourself even fatter. That's where this came from. Drinking buttered coffee. I'm consuming a lot of fat. I am storing that fat because I am also fucking still eating carbohydrates. Yeah. That is why I'm fucking working out like fucking crazy, doing cardio twice a day, fucking eating good shit, expensive fucking clean shit. But with that little bit of carb in there, I'm fucking storing every bit of that fat. You guys are doing the same thing. That's why your shit's not working for you and you're fucking working out like a madman and you're fucking eating all this expensive diet. You have changed your diet. You're not on a diet. You have changed your diet. That's why. Because if you're doing any of that high-fat shit, you are fucking storing all that fat because your body's still burning the carbs. Stop it. Cut your fat down if you're going to eat like you've been eating, or cut the fucking carbs out. Because you're fucking yourself up. Because I'm fucking myself up. The information's out there. They're just not throwing all that information in there when you're watching all those keto videos. It's out there, though. 2 years fucking speaks it. Do blood work, too. Like, when you change some shit, you watch all these videos and you change all these things. Change one fucking thing. Change one thing. Do it for a couple months. Have your blood work checked. Check your blood work every couple months. The numbers will speak. They'll tell you what's going on. For real. Go get you a blood fucking meter, too. A blood glucose meter. They're cheap. Fucking cheap. And if you're pissing on a stick to see if you're doing ketones, it ain't fucking working. You need the blood meter. Like, you really, truly want to know? And all the pills that put you in ketosis, it's just putting ketones in your piss. You're buying expensive piss. Most of the vitamins on the market, your body can't fucking absorb them. You are literally buying yourself expensive fucking piss. And you feel better by it because you see your piss is bright fucking orange or yellow and your pee smells, so you feel better about yourself. Really, it's not doing much for you. I do that also.
Buy vitamins?
Well, I buy really expensive pee. We ought to just sell bottles of piss that you can put in the toilet, so you can just bypass feeling sick from all the vitamins you're taking. I'm probably the most unhealthy person you know, really.
What are you making for lunch?
What's today?
Wednesday?
It's not Wednesday.
Thursday?
It's not Thursday.
It can't be Thursday. You'd be making turkey.
You know why it doesn't matter what day? The only reason it matters to me what day of the week it is because I know what you're going to make to eat. Because Sunday to me is the same as fucking Thursday, except it's fucking quieter.
It's terrible when he does that too.
What?
When John does the... It's already Thursday? It's like, come on, man.
All that means is I can't ship you fucking mail on Sunday. That's all that means.
What? It's 5 o'clock. Where's everybody going? He has no sense of time or time.
Because it doesn't matter. Because if the mood strikes me and I want to go mountain biking and I think it's fucking 5 in the afternoon or 3 in the afternoon and I walk outside and it's really fucking 10 at night, I'm still going mountain biking. Like it doesn't fucking affect anything for me. It doesn't affect anything for me.
He has casino syndrome because our building is a giant casino. There's no clocks and no
We pump
And no
oxygen
windows.
in to keep you awake.
and
We
no
give you
windows.
free margaritas so you'll come up here and spend money.
He's like, it's only 5 o'clock, and he goes outside. It's midnight because that's what he
Happens all
does.
the time.
It's what he
Jeff
does.
says I've made my own personal POW camp.
It's his own personal. It's a nice POW camp. It's not, he's not fighting for food or nothing, but he's a prisoner.
You guys got to remember though, like, I slept on floors. Like, really, I have. I've slept on floors. I've fucking been in shitty situations. It's really fucking nice. This is nice to begin with, but to me, this is really fucking nice.
He slept on floors where you're like, man, this floor is really sticky. John has slept in some places that you'd be like, what? What are you doing, dude? Are you homeless? You're not homeless.
And I've been homeless. That's why I don't eat soup no more. I don't have to eat soup. I don't have to eat chicken.
That's right.
I don't have to eat chili. Chili's just fucking soup that you fucking put some other trash in. That's all chili is. You guys doing chili contests? Why don't you fucking do a goddamn steak contest? Like, are you you're not homeless, are you? Why are you making chili? Come on. You can do real shit with deer. Do some kebabs or something. Chili? For real? Buy a fucking dehydrator. Make beef jerky or something. Chili. That's just that's soup. It's another word for soup. We ain't in the fucking gulags. We don't have to do that bullshit no more.
Reprogramming.
Yeah, there's motherfuckers chasing around dogs and goats and shit in Mexico. They're not even eating chili in Mexico.
What's that? What's your favorite? What's your... Oh, goulash. You love goulash.
Yeah. Nobody fucking loves
Goulash.
goulash.
He loves it. It's
I
like his
don't.
favorite thing to make.
No.
That's what your fucking grandma made. Like I was in cheese lines. Like I was in the fucking. We got the government cheese in the box with the fucking back when your government cheese came in cardboard. Like we did that shit. We were at the food line passing out food so we could get our ration of food. Like we did that shit. I don't have to do that no more. And you know when I came home from prison, I literally had nothing. You know how long that lasted? About fucking 16 hours. 16 fucking hours. So if you got some shit going on and you're complaining about it, if you got time to fucking complain on your cell phone, nonetheless, go get a fucking job, man. Go fucking make some shit happen for real. You better cut that off because I'm going to walk back in here about 10 more times. This video
Yeah, turn it off.
4
Why-
hours
why-
long.
Turn it off,
I have to
Gabby.
go sign a sign. Off, goddamn. Turn the fucking thing off.
Off! Get that red light out of
Good
here.
morning, motherfuckers.
Or good night. We don't know because the door's
You
closed.
know we know when it's on, right?
It might be
It's
midnight.
still on.
Would you turn it off?
The
What are
fuck
you
is
doing?
wrong with her?
Come on, Gabby.
Look over there. Josh is even telling you to turn it off.
Hey, I'm smiling, so no matter what I'm saying, it can't be mean because I'm smiling, Gabby. So turn the fucking thing off.